If I were to start a painting business today, I would not even paint for one day. Not 0 days I would paint. It wouldn't even be an option to paint, right? And the reason is that painting is the least productive thing that you could possibly do in your business. Painting, you can make max, $50 an hour, or like if you have a really crazy job, $100 per hour. But when we're talking about scaling a business, we're not talking about $25, $50, $100 an hour activities. We're talking about $50, $500 an hour, $5,000 an hour, and $50,000 an hour activities. And if you're stuck all day painting for $50 an hour, the most that you can make in a week is like $2,000.
Welcome to the Painter Growth Podcast, where we help you scale your painting company in record time. Join us as we explore sales, marketing, hiring, finances, leadership, and more, everything that you need to know to scale and grow your painting business. I hope you enjoy and subscribe.
What is up, everybody? Michael Rickman here, founder of PainterGrowth.com, and you're listening to the Painter Growth Podcast. Hope you guys are doing great today because we're going to get into it and we're going to have some fun. And I'm going to walk you guys through the 3 critical things that you need to do in your painting business if you want to hit $1 million per year, right? Some of you guys are well beyond $1 million per year, and that is awesome. If you're looking for the ways to go from 1 million to 5 million per year, if you're already at that million mark and you want to get to 5 million, well, I put a link in the chat below to book. It's very specific per business, right? If you want to know that path from 1 million to 5 million, book a scaling call with my team, and we'll walk you through the exact steps you need to do to go from 1 million to 5 million. But to go from where you're at right now, maybe 250K, maybe 100K, maybe 500K, and you want to get to $1 million, then make sure that you're doing these next 3 things, okay? And as a quick other plug, on next Tuesday, the June 17th, I'm going to be speaking at Tanner Mullen's Paint Business Blitz, and I have 2 speaking spots, and I'm doing the takeover. So we're going to be diving into this topic exactly in a lot more detail. So if that's something you're interested in, then hey, let's get into it. Anyway, with that being said, the 3 things that you need to make sure that you do in order to scale to $1 million. Number 1 is get off the tools. There's no way as a business owner that you can scale to $1 million by getting off the tools. And it's never too early. This is the thing about it. The thing about it is it's never too early to get off the tools. If I were to start a painting business today, I would not even paint for one day. Not 0 days I would paint. It wouldn't even be an option to paint, right? And the reason is that painting is the least productive thing that you could possibly do in your business. Painting, you can make max, $50 an hour, or like if you have a really crazy job, $100 per hour. But when we're talking about scaling a business, we're not talking about $25, $50, $100 an hour activities. We're talking about $50, $500 an hour, $5,000 an hour, and $50,000 an hour activities. And if you're stuck all day painting for $50 an hour, the most that you can make in a week is like $2,000.
Hey guys, this episode has been generously sponsored by DripJobs. If you're looking to save time, close more jobs, DripJobs is the CRM built specifically for painting contractors. You can manage your leads, automate your follow-up, build proposals, and send invoices all in one place. And with powerful tools like production rates and job costing, it will allow you to work smarter, not harder. So I really recommend trying DripJobs to see how it can help streamline your business. And we have a link for you in the description. Check out the special offer for this podcast now.
And if you take that over a year, that's 100K. And you might be like, hey, you know what? That's great. I would love to make 100K in a year. Like, that's great. Cool. If you want to paint all year and make $100,000, then do that. There's no shame in that. But you're not listening to the Painter Growth Podcast to learn how to be a painter. You're learning how to grow your painting business. And to do that, you need to change your mindset from being an operator to being an owner. And the first step of that is completely getting off the tools, relinquishing control, and just getting away from the business, getting away from painting in general. The way that the math works is that if you have 2 full-time painters, you will replace your income as a painter based on the gross profit that you have. So you just need to employ 2 painters full-time to be able to replace your full-time income as a painter. So many painters that I talk to say that they are too busy. They're so busy all the time. They don't have time to watch videos. They don't have the time to implement systems. They don't have time to hire people. They don't have time to do marketing because they're painting all the time. But the math makes so much sense if you just think about it as from a business owner's perspective and realize that painting is the least productive thing that you could possibly do in your company at any given time. So you need to cut that out as soon as possible. For example, if you can make $2,000 a week painting full time, $50 an hour, for 40 hours, that's $2,000. And compare that if you were if you did, 10 hours of marketing and that got you 20 estimates. Okay. And on average, an estimate is a $500 an hour activity. So say you did that and you have 20 estimates for 500. And actually how I get to that $500 is that if your average job size is, actually it's going to be much more than that. Say your average job size is $3,000 and you have 50% gross profit. So every job you make $1,500 in gross profit and it takes you 3 estimates to close a job. That is $500 in gross profit per estimate. So if you can do 20 estimates per week at a gross profit of $500 per hour, that's $10,000 per week. That's 5 times more productive, more revenue than you would generate if you were to be a painter the whole time. And then you have 20 hours of estimates, and then you still have 20 other hours to do the work. So 10 hours of marketing, 20 hours of estimates, 10 hours of recruiting and managing. Your business has now tripled in size. Okay. So that's number one, is you need to get off the tools. It's never too early. You need to take a risk, and it's a calculated risk, but as long as you're filling your time with things that are more useful than painting and not just sitting in your truck on Instagram, you will be able to be more productive and grow your business. But as long as you're on the tools, you will never grow your business. Right. Now, the second thing that you need to do if you want to grow your business beyond $1 million is be organized. Okay. It's not enough just to get off the tools, but you must be organized, because a $1 million business owner has a lot of things moving. For example, if your average job size is $3,000, to do $83,000 per month of jobs at $3,000 per average for $3,000 average job size is 28 jobs per month, right? At your business right now, maybe you're doing 5 to 10 jobs a month. Maybe you can remember that in your head or on your paper planner. But in order to do 30 plus jobs a month, you need systems in place. 30 jobs at 30% close rate, that's 90 estimates a month. That's a lot of moving pieces. That's a lot of colors. That's a lot of addresses. That's a lot of names. And if you're not organized and you don't have a way to do that and manage that effectively, you are going to forget things. You're going to get lost. You're going to drop the ball. You're going to be a mess. So you need to be organized. And the number one best way to organize your business is to have a CRM. You need a software to manage your business. A CRM means a customer relationship management software. CRM, customer relationship manager. And the obvious one to use is DripJobs. And actually, really exciting announcement. I'm going to do a different announcement post about this another time, but just so that you know, any members of Painter Growth get 20% off any and all DripJobs packages for life, as long as they're a member of Painter Growth. 20% off for life. So that, if you're, I think DripJobs starts at $150 a month. So 150 times 12 times 0.2 is like $360 of savings per year just in DripJobs alone, and that's a nice bonus that you get as a Painter Growth member. Now, you need to be using this, and what a CRM will do for you is, number one, manage your contacts, manage your estimates, manage your pipeline, so that you can mark, is your job in an estimate? Is it a lead? Is it already priced? Is it offer out? Is it closed? Is it in production? Is it work in progress? Is it done? Is it collected? Are you waiting for payment? And being able to see all of this in one spot on your iPad, on your phone, on your computer, and have that sync in between devices, so you always know where your business is at. You can add contacts, you can add notes, you can add pictures, you can add whatever you need to be super organized and to manage your production and your sales pipeline. So if you're not doing that, if you're not managing your customers with a CRM, you will never be $1 million business. And at the same time, not just your production, but you also need to be organized when it comes to your time. So personally, I've talked about this before, I use Google Calendars. I actually use Google Calendars, but it's through Apple Calendars. And every like 15-minute increment of my life is scheduled through my calendar. Personal life too. Because if you're operating without a calendar, you're going to run and you're going to put out the closest fire or the hottest fire that burns. But if you're operating in a way where you know what's coming, you know what your highest leverage activities are, and you're acting on those, you're going to be able to be more productive, spend more time in that $500, $5,000, $50,000 an hour time frame, and be more productive and grow your business. But if you're not doing that, you will never grow your business, and you will never get beyond, $500,000, $750,000 a year, or something like that. Okay, so number one is you need to get off the tools, and number two, you need to be organized. So be organized with the two main tools, that's CRM and Google Calendar, and use them religiously. Not just once a day, but like every hour or two, you should have your CRM and your calendar open. Every time you have a customer communication, you need to update your CRM. Every time something changes in your calendar, you need to use the CRM or use the calendar to update it so that it properly reflects what you did. Then the third thing that you need to do if you want to one day scale to $1 million is you need to own your marketing. You need to understand how to generate your own leads and sales for your business so that you're not relying on buying leads, referrals, GLSAs, or ad agencies. Because if you rely on those things, you do not understand your marketing and you cannot get leads if you need them. So you must must understand how to generate leads on your own and have a system to get those leads needed, right? And also you need to know what your goals and plans even need to be. So if you're trying to get to $83,000 per month and you have let's change it a little bit, $5,000 average job size, you need 16.6 jobs a month. And at 33% close rate, that's 50 estimates per month. At a 4.3 weeks, that's 12 estimates per week. So 12 estimates at like a 70% lead to estimate rate, that's 17 leads per week. So does your marketing system regularly get you at least 17 leads, quality leads every single week so that you can do your 12 estimates so that you can get your 4 jobs? If not, you need better marketing systems, and it has to be good. Residential, commercial, online, offline, interior, exterior. You need to understand marketing. Lead generation and marketing is such a core competency, a core part of running and scaling a business that if you don't know how to be a marketer, you will never be able to scale your business. Because one day you're going to have 7-8 painters and your lead system is going to dry up and you're not going to have the leads that you need. And you're going to look at the end of your production schedule and look at your painters and be like, hey, sorry guys, I got to lay you off, right? You don't want to lay off your painters. You don't want to hire painters, people that you promise they have a job and then fail them because your agency failed you. You need to take responsibility for that. How do you take responsibility for that? By understanding how to market, how to be a marketer, how to get leads, how to convert those leads, how to speak to customers, how to do your own Facebook ads, how to set up a door-to-door team, how to bring on a field marketing manager, how to get significant strategic partnerships coming through your door, how to run your own GLSAs, how to run your own Google ads. All of these different marketing strategies you need to learn yourself. Yes, you can eventually have our agencies and stuff, but if you don't understand it, you do not control it. And if you do not control it, you are relying on someone else for your business's success. Okay. Imagine, I don't need to bury that hatchet anymore. I think you get it. But if you want to grow $1 million plus business, you just have to understand marketing. It's just impossible not to understand marketing and still do it successfully. So quick and dirty one there, guys. 3 steps on how you can, or what you need to do to grow $1 million company. If you have any questions, reach out below. My email is in the chat or is in the description below. And if you're already at $1 million and you want to scale to 5 million, hit up the link in the chat and we'll give you that free roadmap on how to get there. Anyway, thanks guys. Peace.
Thanks for listening to the Painter Growth Podcast. If you want to grow your painting business, go to www.paintergrowth.com or click on the top link in the description. Talk soon.